Good morning, everybody. It's Lisa Mesri. Welcome to Friday morning Facebook Live. I'm here today with Erica Manzano out of Financial Architects, here in the city of Chino. We're located on Central Avenue, correct?
Yes, on Central Avenue, right next to the Wells Fargo. If you're familiar with Chino, it's the busiest Wells Fargo in the Inland Empire.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. So today's topic is going to be tips on helping you save money for your down payment to purchase a home. So Erica and I have sat down and kind of compiled a couple of tips that we're going to give for you today. So welcome, and feel free to ask some questions. And if you want to tag somebody think is going to be able to help them, do so. But put a comment down, share it, like it, all those kind of good stuff. So Erica, what is tip number one to help people save the money?
Thank you, Lisa. That is a very great question. I would say the number one tip for somebody who's looking to start saving for a down payment for a home is definitely save about 15% of your monthly income. Put it into your savings account. If you can do that for a good 3 to 6 months, that's a good start, and it's a good savings habits for you.
So that's an easy way. So when you say saving it, where should they save it at?
In your saving account, into your saving account. Not.
Okay, so for example, with regards to real estate, we have to have it trackable.
Yes,
so it
yes.
cannot be mattress money. You can't just put it in your drawer and say, hey, it's out of sight, out of mind, because I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
We have to have it trackable. So we have to be able to trace it, which means if you put it into your savings account, every month we'll be able to see that it came from your payments, from your work, from wherever that payment came from, and you can then put it into your savings account. Whereas if you just put it in to the mattress or into your drawer, and then you make this large deposit, now it's not trackable money that we can use for your down payment for your home. And we've got to be able to verify it. So it has to be verified savings account. So
Yes,
that's why we say to avoid quote unquote mattress money.
Yes, exactly what she said. Definitely into your bank savings account. So it's traceable. You won't have any problems during the transaction process. You know, it's safe. It's not in your drawer. It's not at your mom's house. Nothing like that.
So what's a good tip for someone to be able to save the 15%, and what's an idea of how we can be able to save some money in different areas?
I would say for sure, if you can save $10 a day, everybody can save $10 a day, because if you think about it, you spend $10 a day on probably lunch.
I spent that on our coffees this morning.
There you go, $10 a day. So if you save $10 a day, and you think about it, every day $10 times for the month is $300 a month. $300 a month times 12 for the year is $3,600. $3,600 that is you can't even account for it if you just spend it foolishly. So if you're looking towards saving and you can save $3,600 a year and put it into your savings account, that's a great start right there.
So another tip, instead of cutting back on the coffee, you can cut back on eating out. Maybe go to one less dinner a week out, or take your lunch with you, pack your lunch at home. That's another way to be able to save that little bit of $10 every month. You want to make saving for your down payment for your home your number one priority. Make it to where you can do this first, so that way then you can set yourself up for later. So we're always talking about instant gratification or delayed gratification. This is one of those delayed gratifications, because you want to be able to be strict now, have that priority, and then have the reward later to be able to have your house.
Yes, correct. And it's an easy savings. Anybody can do it. Anybody, if you put your mind to it and you make it a priority, you can save $10 a day. You can cut back on eating out or going out, and you can. I mean, how many people spend $300 going out in a weekend? That's easily done. So if you just change your mindset and say, okay, I'm going to purchase a home, I can do this, and it just becomes habit. So it's a great tip.
So that's tip number one: save as much as you can, put 15% away, or just cut back in different areas of spending out and to be able to put that away and put it into a savings account versus a mattress money.
Yes.
So that's number one.
Yeah. Yes.
Number two, what is your tip number two?
If you have any debt, if you can pay down your debt, whether it be credit cards, any debt, start taking notes. Okay, a list of all the debt that you have, whether it be credit cards or your car payment, everything that you have that you're paying for monthly, that shows up on your credit report. look into how you can pay that down. So you're going to be in a comfortable position when you have a mortgage payment to manage that mortgage payment. Anything as far, even if you call maybe your credit card company and ask them if they can lower your current interest rate, that is something possibly that they can do for you. But you need to start doing a little bit of research on your debt and how you can pay it down. Things that don't show up on your credit report as well, right, Lisa?
Right, yes. So make sure you pay your bills on time, because that's going to obviously help your credit, even if it's not on your credit. So like, for example, your water bill, your electric bill, sometimes in the real estate world we can use those as a payment history if you have no credit, to kind of build your credit and send that over to the underwriter to show that you do pay your bills on time as a first-time home buyer. So those are ways that we can use. So make sure that you always pay those bills on time, whether they show up on your credit or not. And you did speak about calling the credit card companies to see if you can buy it down.
Yeah.
And just make sure you make those payments down and pay them a little bit early. So if your due date is on the 15th, pay it a week sooner to make sure that it's always covered and that you're never worried about it being late. We talked about a different tip to be able to put a reminder in your phone. The credit card's due on this day.
Great idea.
Just put it a couple days before, so that way you make sure that it's covered and paid as well. So that way you can help keep that up. Because one thing we do look at when you purchase a home is we look at your debt to income ratio. So if your credit shows card payments and credit cards and they have a high balance, that are going to use that as your debt to income, and we want to keep it under, I believe it's 45% for your debt to income, meaning your house cannot be 45% more than what your income is coming, so that we can make sure that you're qualified. Last question I wanted to ask you, Erica. I've heard, and is it true that you can use your 401k to be able to put down on your house?
Okay, you can. You can take a loan against your 401k for sure, but you do want to call the financial institution that is holding your contribution, your retirement contributions, and find out if there are any penalties, any fees that come along with it, so that you're not, you're not surprised when it happens, because different companies have different guidelines, right? But you can go to the source yourself, and you can go into the IRS website link and look under retirement and see what those the IRS guidelines are. But if your financial institution does have some sort of penalty and you're not comfortable with it, then that's okay. Maybe in that year where you're trying to save for your down payment for your home, instead of contributing to that retirement plan, maybe just hold off that year contributing into that retirement plan and put it into your savings account instead. So you still have options. But yes, taking from a loan from your 401k is an option as well.
So there's different ways to make sure that you contact your 401k provider, in other words, to see, because you can use it, but sometimes there are penalties, but sometimes there's not. So we want to make sure that, yes, we can. It is a good source for people who have been putting away, so you don't have to worry about still saving and waiting to buy your house in a year from now. Maybe you've got enough in your 401k that you can use that now, and maybe then you can look into then over the next course of the year putting an extra away so that you can then build that back up.
Yes.
So you don't have the penalties or whatever it is that your 401k provider
so
gives you.
Yeah, definitely do your research on that one. Just so you're, in case you have to claim it as income in that year, you just want to know about it ahead of time.
And just a quick disclaimer, so we're not tax advisors, so always you want to talk to a tax advisor or CPA in regards to anything that comes to taxes as well. So, and we'll be happy to help you with that. We've got tax advisors that we refer to as well that take good care of our clients as well.
Yes, you want to have that conversation with your tax advisor for sure.
Okay, so finally, I wanted to just share with everybody that when it comes to purchasing your home and down payment and everything like that, if you may qualify because you make a ton of money, you may qualify for $650,000 house. But I want to make sure that you're comfortable and living within your means. So when you come to me and say, okay, I'm pre-approved, we've got pre-approval now to $650,000, I'm going to ask you, well, what is your comfortable mortgage payment for you? If your comfortable mortgage payment is only going to be $2,000, I'm not going to be showing you a $650,000 house, because we want to make sure that you can make the comfortable payment and still be able to maintain your lifestyle, still be able to enjoy your life and not just putting all of your money into the house. I don't want to set anybody up for a failure. I want to make sure that you're successful and you're happy, and we can then set you up for a game plan to be able to purchase more down the line, or to be able to put equity away for your home and then be able to still add to your 401k for future references and to build that back up if you do use from that.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more on that. That, you know, just because that they qualify for a $650,000 home doesn't mean that they can afford to be in that $650,000 mortgage. So I definitely kudos to you for saying that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So in closing, wanted to see if you want to set up a retirement plan or if you want to go over a financial roadmap for you to be able to help you. Erica was happy to help you and sit down.
Yes.
That's what she does. So Erica, what's the best way for someone to contact you?
You can contact me on my cell phone number. It's 909-717-4893. Again, my office is here in the city of Chino, the Financial Architects. We have 5 stars on our Yelp review. Just give me a call. We can set up an appointment for you and go over your options and your goals and what works for you.
And if you've got any real estate questions, thinking about buying or selling, my name is Lisa Mesri. Contact me at 909-583-7844. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.